everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session of English grammar, we are going to continue with our previous year questions. Well, in this session, we are going to discuss previous year questions of verb of SSC MTS. Well, these questions are questions which are similar to those questions which have already appeared in SSC MTS examination. And these questions are based on the chapter verb. Well, we have already discussed this chapter in detail. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss just previous year questions. Okay. So, in this session, we will learn 25 previous year questions of SSC MTS and detailed analysis of each question. It means we will discuss each and every question in detail. Okay. So, let's begin this session. Well, this is the first question. And what is the first question? Let us discuss. And then we'll find the error. As you can see, these are spotting errors based on verb, and these questions might have appeared or have appeared in SSC MTS examination. The secretary and the principal of the college are attending the district development council meeting at the collectorate. Now, if you see each and every part of the sentence, in the first part of the sentence, it is written the secretary and the principal. Now, whenever we have two nouns, okay, it means these are two subjects, and if we have article before them, it means before secretary we have the, and before principal also we have the. Principal and secretary both are nouns. Okay. Now, whenever we have an article before the noun, that makes it a particular noun. Okay. Now, and the principal, it indicates that these two are different people, not the same. It means principal and secretary, it is not the one person, but two persons. Okay. So the secretary and the principal, they both are different. And if they are different, they are two. Two means more than one. And whenever we have plural subject, we need to write plural verb only. Okay. Of the college are attending. So are is used for these two because these two are plural nouns or plural subjects. That is why we have used plural verb. The district development council meeting at the collectorate. So this part is also correct. Now, all the three parts are correct grammatically. That is why our answer will be fourth one, that is no error. So our answer is no error. Okay. If you find that all the parts of the sentences are grammatically correct, it means you have to mark your answer as no error because the sentence contains no error at all. Okay. So here our answer will be fourth one. That is no error. The sentence is absolutely correct. Now let us move to the next one. The next question is, the secretariat comprises of many air-conditioned rooms. Now you have already this in knowledge. We have already discussed this in our earlier sessions of theory of verb, that we have two types of verbs, that is transitive verb and intransitive verb. When we have transitive verb, we need an object after it. Okay. And in case of intransitive verb, we don't need any object after it. Second thing, if we talk about a transitive verb, after that we cannot have any preposition. But in case of intransitive verb, we do have. The third thing is, if the verb is functioning for the object or is focusing on the object side, that means that verb is transitive verb. Now, if I say the secretariat comprises, suppose the sentence were like this. Okay, the secretariat comprises. Is the sentence complete over here? No. And if the sentence is not completed till verb, it means it needs an object. Okay, it requires an object. Because the structure of transitive verb is subject plus verb plus object, and intransitive verb is subject plus verb. Okay, now if the verb is intransitive, this structure is complete. But if the subject is transitive, we need to have an object necessarily. Now, if I only write the secretariat comprises, is the sentence complete? No, not at all. It means this verb is not intransitive. In fact, it is transitive verb. And after transitive verb, we do need objects. Okay. Now, the secretariat comprises. What? Comprises means containing. Okay. Now, secretariat comprises what? They comprises many air-conditioned rooms. Okay. So, this is many air-conditioned rooms. This is object. Okay. This entire part is the object part. whereas comprises is the transitive verb and the secretariat is the subject. Now here we don't need this of preposition. Why so? Because comprises is a transitive verb, and after transitive verb we cannot write any preposition. Okay, so just keep this in mind. Whenever we have transitive verb, we need not write any preposition after it. Okay, so this is the basic rule which we have already discussed in the chapter of verb as well as prepositions. So of is to be eliminated from here. So the answer will be second part, because here only comprises will come and of will be removed. Okay, so the correct sentence will be the secretariat comprises many air-conditioned rooms. It means there are many air-conditioned rooms in the secretariat. Okay, now let us move to the next question. The next question is question number 3. You should avoid to travel in the rush hour. Now, you should avoid. Whenever this word avoid comes in our sentence, we know that after avoid, we necessarily have a gerund form. Okay, after the word avoid, dislike, detest, these type of words. Okay, now we should avoid what? Okay, so what should be the reply? What should be the object? Okay, so object is required over here, and avoid to travel is infinitive, which is not required over here because we are not doing anything for doing this thing. But we should avoid what? We should avoid traveling. Okay, so this to travel should be replaced with the word traveling. So second part contains the error. Okay, in the rush hour, this part is entirely correct. But the answer is second part, where we need traveling in place of to travel. Okay, so to travel should be replaced with the word traveling. Okay, because whenever we have the word avoid, mind, detest, dislike, deny, after these words, or there are many such words, when we need object, we use gerund, not infinitive, or not any form or any other form. Okay, now let us move to the next one. He denied to have been there. Now he denied. Denied means refused. What? After and the word which replies to the question what is an object. An object is a noun. So this to have is again incorrect. In fact, it should be replaced with a gerund, that is having. Okay. So he denied having been there. Okay. So here the error is in part 2 again, which in which this to have should be replaced with the word having. Now let us move to the next one. Now this is question number 5. I now am knowing all the facts about him. Okay, this is about him, not know. Okay. This no is incorrect over here. Not no, it is actually. Now let us move to the next one. The next sentence is, I now am knowing all the facts about him. Okay. Now, whenever we use the word know means have the knowledge of something. We do not use this verb in ing form because this is a static or dynamic verb. And the static and dynamic verbs, we don't use them in ing. If I say I know you, it should be I know you. I cannot say I'm knowing you. Okay, because that is not in process. If I know you, it means I know you. Okay, the work is finished over there. I now am knowing, not am knowing. I now know all the facts about him. So I'm knowing, this continuous part should be replaced with the infinitive. Okay, so not sorry, with the indefinite tense. Okay, this am knowing, it means continuous tense should be replaced with know, that is verb 1 form. It means indefinite form. So I now know all the facts about him. Okay, because when you gain the knowledge, it means you have gained it. You cannot say that you are gaining it. You are not in process of gaining the knowledge. In fact, if you came to know something, it means you have known something. Okay, so here the error is in part 2 again, where this am knowing should be replaced with word know. So the correct sentence will be, I now know all the facts about him. Okay, now let us move to the next question. The next question is, a hot and a cold spring was found near of each other. Now here the error is in part 3, where it is written a hot and cold spring. First of all, these two are separate things, and if these are two separate things, we need plural verb. So was should be replaced with were found near each other, and of also be replaced. Okay, so this three will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. Either of the roads lead to the park. Now whenever we use the word either or neither, either means two. Okay, when we choose one out of two, that means either. Either of the two means any one of the two. Okay, so after either, if we have the preposition of, we should have plural noun. Why so plural noun? Because either is a choice between the two, so there must be two, and two is always plural noun. So plural noun, but singular verb is required. Why so? Because out of these two, we are only choosing one. That is why we need to put singular verb. Okay, so this should be the correct structure of the sentence. Now, either of the roads must be plural. Lead is also a plural verb which needs to be singular. So this lead should be replaced with leads. Okay, so the correct sentence will be either of the roads leads to the park. So the error is again in part second, where this lead should be replaced with leads. Okay, now let us move to the next one. This is question number 8. The value of the dollar declines as the rate of inflation rises. Now, there are two verbs. One is, let me explain you this. We have transitive verbs, and another type is intransitive verbs. Okay, so we have two types of verbs, that is transitive and intransitive. Okay, and if we talk about, we have a verb 1, second form, and the third form. So we have three forms of verbs. Now, if we have the word rise, rise is actually intransitive verb. Why so? If I say the sun rises in the east, obviously rise, the sun rise itself. We don't make him rise. Okay, so the sun rises itself. That is why we say that rise is an intransitive verb. The second form of rise is rose, and the third form is rising. Okay, when something rises itself, that means it is rising, and this is intransitive verb, because that is the intransitive verb, because that is focusing on the subject, and the subject is rising over there. But if I say raise your hands, okay, so raise is the first form of transitive verb. Raise means when we make something rise, or when we make something go up, or when we make something grow. Okay, for example, if I raise my hand, obviously I will make it I will make it up. Okay, so raise is the transitive verb when we make something grow. Okay, raise, and the third form is raised, and second form is raised, and third form is again raised. Now, whenever the subject rises, or whenever there is a need of intransitive verb, we use the forms of rise, rose, and risen. Whereas if we talk about the object part to be growing up or coming up, so we use the word raise, raised, and raised. Okay, now if you go back to the sentence, you will see the value of the dollar declines as the rate of inflation raises. Now, what is being increasing? Inflation. Okay, and as the rate of the inflation raises means when it makes another thing to go up. But no, here inflation itself is increasing. That is why this raises is incorrect. It should be replaced with an intransitive verb, that is inflation rises. Okay, so the rate of inflation rises. Obviously, we are not talking about object to be risen. Here we are talking about the subject which is growing up or which is increasing. That is why we will use inflation rises, because inflation is the subject. Now this sentence is divided into two clauses. The first one, the value of the dollar declines. Okay, now this is the one part of the sentence, as the rate of inflation rises. This is another sentence. So this is a compound sentence in which we have two sentences together. Okay, so they are showing the inverse proportionality between them. Okay, so here the answer will be third, where this inflation rises should be used. It means raises should be replaced with rises. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Banks were developed to keep people's money safe and make it available when they need it. Now, banks were developed for what? To keep people's money safe and to make it available when they need it. Now, if you see the sentence, banks were developed. Okay, so we are talking about banks that they were developed to keep people's money safe. Okay, now here the error is in part second, where it is written banks were developed for what? To keep people's money safe. And now whenever we have and we have two verbs over here, if we need to put this verb and this verb both in infinitive form, infinitive means 2 plus verb 1, we only convert the first, we only add to the previous verb but not the second in the single sentence. Therefore, to make in this part 2 should be removed. So the sentence will be banks were developed to keep people's money safe and make it available when they need it. Okay, so here second part contains the error. Now let us move to the next one. I meant nothing less than compel you to come. Now here the error is very simple. I meant nothing less than to compel. Now if we have then, we cannot have to compel structure. So the error is in part third, where it should be written I meant nothing less than compelling you to. Okay, so to compel should not come over here. The infinitive should be replaced with gerund. Why so? I meant nothing less than what? Compelling you. Okay, so here third part contains the error. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number 11. He is capable to do this work within the stipulated period. He is capable to do this work. Now after capable, we write of doing this work. Okay, so here the error is in part second. So it should be of doing this work. Okay, so he is capable of doing this work within the stipulated period. After capable, we need to write preposition of and not to. Okay, and after the preposition, we should have verb plus ing. Okay, verb 1 with ing. Okay, so this is the gerund form. Now let us move to the next one. Only after two preposition we cannot have verb ing form, but any other preposition we should use verb ing form. Okay, or ing form of verb. However, in some expressions of phrases, even after two we need to write verb plus ing. I will send my servant, but I cannot ensure that he will reach there in time. Now, ensure means when we make the life insure of someone. Okay, for example, the life insurance corporation, they insures the life of a person. Okay, but if we talk about that we make sure, it means we make you confident. That word is ensure, that is ensure. So here the error is in part second, where we should write either assure or ensure. Okay, or make sure. Okay, but these two words are correct or rectified. So the correct sentence will be I will send my servant, but I cannot assure that he will reach there in time, or I cannot ensure that he will reach there in time. The better word is assure. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number 13. You could be better off these days, and this enables you. Now let us move to the next one. Now this is question number 13. You could be better off. Off means on leave these days, and this enables you to have little more fun. Now after better, if it is written you could be, could means past time. Okay, and enables means present time. Now could, if it shows the past time, it should not be correct. It should be replaced with you are better off. Okay, so could be should be replaced with better off. So the error is in part 1, where we should write you are better off these days. It means it is better for you to take leave these days, and this enables you to have little more fun. Now let us move to the next one. I wish I am the richest person in the whole wide world. Now whenever we talk about the word wish, whenever we write this word in sentence, wish, would, suppose, we always write the verb in the past plus plural form. Okay, past plus plural form. Okay, so here I wish I were should be used, not am. So I wish I were the richest person in the whole wide world. So the error is in part 2, where we should write I wish I were. Now let us move to the next one. The boy laid in the shelter for a long time before somebody came to rescue him. Now the boy laid in the shelter. We have a word lay. Lay means to establish something. And another word is lie. Lie means recline. Okay, lie means recline. It means to spread on the floor. Okay. Or lay means establish. Or to set up something. And recline means to lie down on the floor. Okay. It means when one is in the posture of sleeping, he is lying on the surface. Okay. So lie, the second form of lie is lay, and third form is lain. Whereas lay means to establish something, its second form is laid, and third form is again laid. For example, Babur laid the foundation of Mughal dynasty. So there we use the word laid. It means when we establish something, when we make something. Okay, or when we establish the foundation of something. For example, Chief Minister laid the foundation of this college, or foundation of this hospital, okay, or foundation of this highway. So laid means when we establish or set up something, whereas lay means when we rest while in the posture of sleeping. Okay, so here the boy laid in the shelter. Now laid means he wants to recline. So this laid is incorrect because the second form of recline is, or lie is, lay. Okay, so here the boy lay in the shelter for a long time before somebody came to rescue him. So here the error is in part first. The boy lay in the shelter. Now let us move to the next one. Standing at the top of the hill, the houses below were hardly visible. Now standing at the top of the hill, it means when someone was standing at the top of the hill. Okay, so here error is in part first, is standing on the top of the hill, or while he was standing on the top of the hill. While he was, or when, not while but when he was standing at the top of the hill or on the top of the hill, the house below were hardly visible. Now let us move to the next one. Scenes from the film had to be censored before it was released. So here had to be the error in part second, had to be censored. Okay, so the spelling is incorrect over here. And the meaning is also incorrect. So here the error is in the part second. Now let us move to the next one, that is question number 18. I take great pleasure to welcome you to this institution. Now the error is very simple. It means the sentence is entirely correct. Here there is no error in the sentence. So the answer will be no error. Now let us move to the next one. I suggest that he goes to the doctor as soon as he returns from taking the examination. So I suggest that he goes to the doctor as soon as he returns. Now, as soon as he returns, so here in this second part, he will go. Okay, or he should go. Okay, so there is a modal required. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number 20. In spite of the road lock, the guards allowed us enter the restricted area to search for our friends. In spite of the road block means the road was blocked over there. In spite of that, the guards allowed us for what? After allow, we only write infinitive form. So here before enter, we should use to. So third part contains the error. It should be to enter. Okay. So the correct sentence will be, in spite of the roadblock, the guards allowed us to enter the restricted area to search for our friends. Okay. So here third part is the answer. Now let us move to the next question. This is question number 21. Neither of the two children said their prayer before going to bed. Now, as I told you before as well, that with the word either or neither, if they are followed by the preposition of, we should have plural noun but singular form of verb as well as singular possessive case. Now, if you see this sentence, neither of the two children, this part is correct because we are talking about two and we have used the word neither, said their prayer. Now here there is incorrect. Why so? Said his prayer. Okay. So the error is in part second, that is offered his prayer. Okay. And also for the word prayer, we use the word offer, not said. Okay. So the error is in part two. So the answer will be, this correct sentence will be, neither of the two children offered his prayer before going to bed. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. The next question is, the doctor advised Mr. Murugan that because of his severe cramps, he should lay in the bed for a few days. So here it is written, the doctor advised Mr. Murugan that. Now here the error is, here you can see the word model, and after any model, we can only have verb first form. Okay, so this lay should be replaced with lie. So he should lie in the bed for a few days. Here the error is in part third, where it should be written he should lie. Now let us move to the next one. He who has suffered most for the cause, let him speak. So here the error is, he who has suffered most for the cause, let him speak. The error is no error because the sentence contains no error. Fourth one, not the. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number 24. I don't want to lose it. Here don't shows that the sentence is present indefinite. Okay. Now lose means when something is not fitting, not in fitting. So I don't want to lose. Lose is the when we just when we miss something. Now here the error is in part third, where it should be lose, not lose. Okay. Lost means when we have lost something. Okay, or when something is missing. Lose is an adjective which means unfit and not in fitting. For example, if we say loose t-shirt or loose jeans, then it is fine. Okay, not in or not fitted. Okay, now let us move to the last question of today's session, that is question 25. I used to go out to word earlier. Here the error is in part first, where because we are writing about the past and used to shows the past habit. So here we need to write used in place of used. Error is in part first, that is used. I used to go out to word earlier. Okay. Now these were 25 questions that we have discussed in detail. I hope this much is clear to you all and you have understood each and every concept regarding these. Okay. In the next session, we'll be discussing some more previous year questions. Till then, thanks to you.